about ratios and all right, everybody, we're going to be talking about ratios and units. And in the second lesson on this video, we're going to also be discussing unit price. All right, so let's first start out with the first example. We have 6 trays with 30 ice cubes. So what I need to do is make a ratio of this, and what I'm trying to find out is ice cubes per tray. So just looking at this information, this is going to tell me how to arrange my ratio. In this case, it's ice cubes per tray. So that means I got to take the number, and I'll grab a highlighter so we can see it. 30, so it says ice cubes 30, so that means 30 is going to be the first number I'm going to use, and then the second number that I'm going to use is 6. So therefore, I'm going to create a ratio like we've been doing last time. So in this case, we're going to do 30 to 6. But in this case, what I want to do is turn it more into fraction form. 30 to 6. And then, so therefore, in my ratio would be either one of these. So in this slot here, I could use any of the ones in the bottom. Okay, now to figure out how many ice cube per tray, what I need to do is now take 30, and we're going to then divide this by 6. And in this case, 6 times something gives me 30. That would give me 5, 30, 0. So therefore, there's 5 ice cube per tray. So in this one, you just need to really be conscious about the wording. So be very careful, because sometimes if something like this, some students might want to do then 6 to 30, but that is not the ratio that I'm trying to find out. Is 6 ice cubes, which is right here, per tray. So I'm comparing ice cubes per tray. So therefore, the correct way is to then do 30 to 6. So just keep an eye on that, because that can mess up a lot of students. All right, let's move on to the next example. Okay, an ice company charges $3.40 for 4 bags of ice. At a convenience store bought 6 bags of ice. How much would it cost them? So in this case, this is going to take a few steps. So before we even worry about this part, and then I'll highlight what I'm talking about. This part, if the convenience store, we're not trying to figure that out. Before I can answer this, I need to figure out how much is 1 bag of ice going to cost me. Okay, so let me go back. So therefore, I have to take $3, because that's the total cost, and I'm going to have to divide it by 4, because that's what I need to find out. In order to do that, by doing $3.40 and divided by 4, what that's going to do is going to give me the price for 1 bag of ice, and that's where I want it to be. Okay, so 4 can go into 3. Nope. So I have to go put a 0 and move on. Can 4 go into 34? Yes, it can, and it can go 8 times. That gives me 32. Therefore, subtract. That gives me 2. Bring down the 0. And 4 times something gives me 20. So there goes 5. 5 times 4 gives me 20. And there's 4. So therefore, by doing this, I know each bag. So 1 bag. All right, so 1 bag is equal to 85 cents. Okay. Now, once I find out the unit price, I'm not done. So in this example, now there'll be questions on the worksheets and also on the quiz where you have to be very careful when you're reading all of it. In this case, not only do I need to find out the unit price, but I also need to figure out the remaining question, which is if a convenience store bought 6 bags of ice, how much would it cost them? So now that I know what it cost me for 1 bag, now I have to then go to the next steps. I'm going to select a different color, and let's just do purple. So let's say it cost me 85 cents. Now I need to then multiply by 6, because I need to find out how much 6 bags would cost me. So remember, I had to Figure out what one bag cost me, and then multiply by 6, because that's what I'm trying to find out right here. 6 bags. 6 times 5 is 30. And then I have okay, so got 8 times 6 gives me 48, 49, 50, 51. Then I'm done with my calculations. And then obviously remember when we're doing, because we're going to be dealing with decimals again, we got 1, 2 spaces. So I'm going to take my decimal point. So it starts at this point, and I'm going to move 2 decimal points, 1, 2. Therefore, my final answer is $5.10. We're going to be working on this all week. If you have any questions, please let me know. And also be very careful when reading some of these word problems, because if you do not, your calculations will be completely off. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know.